Hello, welcome to the Essential Oil Introduction class. My name is Rebecca Bowles. Some of you would have already attended the webinar I did the other week, which gave quite a broad general view and went into some of the science about how essential oils work. The focus of this video is actually to teach the 10 core basic essential oils that we recommend everyone get started with. These essential oils are kind of what we call nature's medicine cabinet. And so hopefully by the end of this class, you'll be able to see how you could implement these into your life, both for yourself, but also being able to recommend them to other people as well. And, you know, as in natural medicine, there are so many answers and so many solutions. These essential oils go so well alongside nutritional protocols as well, which is wonderful. So I'm going to go straight ahead into the presentation. I'm going to pull up my screen. But actually just before, let me just quickly, just for those that didn't watch the other webinar, introduce you to why I actually got involved with essential oils in the first place. I'm a mother of 3 girls, currently got another one on the way. So I'm very much into looking after my family in a safe and natural way. I was a science teacher. I really love and thrive off science, really. I've always been that way. I love to understand things. And anyway, I kind of found myself developing more of an interest into natural medicine and health. So I started my nutrition course at CNM about 8 years ago, and loved what I was being taught. And pretty much almost at the same time, a couple of perhaps months later, I discovered doTERRA's essential oils. And it was because of my mum, who actually was on severe drugs. So she was on beta blockers and statins and some other drugs as well, to help manage her blood pressure and quite serious heart complications that she was experiencing at the time. And she was having horrible side effects, as many people do on medication. Now, luckily at that time, she had this friend who recommended that she look at essential oils, not just any essential oils, but she was using doTERRA's essential oils. Now, that was the first time I'd heard about these essential oils, and the first time I'd even thought that essential oils could be used as a form of natural medicine and not just a nice smell. But I quickly saw from my mum using the essential oils alongside her medication, which is very exciting. You can use these essential oils alongside, you know, the Western medication, which is important because medicine does have a place, without interfering and no dangerous side effects. And she was able to do that until she really noticed the benefits, and then she was able to reduce her medication until after about 6 weeks, couple of months, she was completely free of the medication, and therefore not experiencing those side effects of depression and no energy and other things happening with her brain and body that just seemed out of her control. So that was a real kind of opening point for me, and I delved right in. I did a lot of research, and there is a lot out there. You know, a lot of you will want to understand more about the research and why they work and where's the proof and all this kind of information. Well, there's lots of good news for you guys, because there is a lot of information out there. There's some wonderful sites. Aromatic Science is doTERRA's site that they've pulled together, but they haven't just used their own research, but they've pulled all this research together. PubMed is another one that's obviously not run by doTERRA at all, and that has so many articles on the power of essential oils. And then Dr. Axe is someone who's also done a lot of research and has made it simple for us, really, because he just puts the links in to all the different research that there is. So there really is a lot of research out there. And as you start looking into that, it becomes so exciting that you can really see why essential oils do what they do. And it's due to the chemistry. Often they have the same chemistry as the drugs, you know, or similar, because obviously the drugs have other things added to them, which is why they have the side effects. So essential oils are pure medicine. And this is why I am so passionate about it, because there are still so many people that do not know about this. You know, a fraction of the population are really understanding the power of essential oils. And unfortunately, it is because a lot of these essential oils are not how they should be, which is why I chose doTERRA and why I'm giving this presentation specifically about doTERRA's essential oils. So I'm now going to share with you the presentation. So an essential oil is the immune system of the plant. I'm going to whiz through this because on the other webinar I went into more detail, but it is where all of the healing properties of the plant are kind of concentrated, and we can extract this and then use it on our cells, having the similar effects that they would in a plant. So they're there to protect the plant, they're there to boost the immune system in us, but to protect the plant from viral infections, bacterial, fungal infections. We can also use them to uplift us as well. There's some emotional oils, when we smell flowers, you can feel slightly uplifted, but the essential oil is where all of that is concentrated. So depending on the plant, depends on where the essential oil is, but it is the most powerful form of plant medicine, way more powerful and concentrated than herbs, and they can be very effective. But depending on the essential oil, it can be 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herb equivalent. So these really are very powerful and without any side effects. Now, one of the reasons why doTERRA's essential oils are so unique is because they are sourced from all over the world. They are not just sourced from one country, they're not forced grown, there are no greenhouses. These essential oils are grown in their natural habitat, which obviously makes their essential oil, which is the immune system, as I said, of the plant, more potent. Now, what doTERRA then go and do is they do some thorough testing, and you can look on doTERRA.com. They're very transparent about the tests they do, and you can really look at, why this is so significant. But the bottom line is that because of these tests that no other company does, and I've done a lot of research, as I said, we can be guaranteed that every single bottle that you get from doTERRA that has the code CPTG on it, which every bottle does from doTERRA, means that it's gone through these thorough tests and they are absolutely guaranteed to be 100% pure essential oil, just as they were as they came out of the plant, and that there really are no impurities that could have come through from the soil or from other external sources, because they will not sell those ones. Just a little bit of background about the company. I think this is important. When I obviously now I'm an advocate and go and educate people on these essential oils, but if you're going to just purchase essential oils and recommend them to others, then I think it's important to know the ethics behind the company. doTERRA is a very ethical company, which is another thing that really stood out to me. They have a charity called Healing Hands that they completely fund, so it's separate to the oils, but they take it out of their own profit, and they've set up this company within doTERRA, the Healing Hands charity, that basically go in and they help communities that are in need and helping to empower them. doTERRA is really about empowerment, both in health, but also financially, and also especially with their charity. And often it's in the places that they're sourcing their oils, because they will try and source their oils as much as they can from developing countries, so that they can pay the farmers a fair price, not undercut them, so they can make more profit. They give a lot of profit to the farmers so they can start building, their future. And what they do is in these communities, they'll go and help build schools, infrastructure, water supplies, all of these things to help the local communities. So with doTERRA's essential oils, then I've explained a little bit about why they're different, but please go and research. This presentation from this point onwards really is just about doTERRA's essential oils. Please don't go and do the things that I'm going to suggest and recommend that you can do with these oils with other oils, okay? Because, as I said, these oils are completely pure, and that's what makes them medicinal grade. That's what is changing the way people are viewing their healthcare now, because they can use essential oils as they would medicine, and often it's more effective and certainly a lot safer, which is very exciting. So you can read the tin. One of my favorite oils, and what I do every single morning as a mother of 3, I'm pregnant, is I need to wake up a bit. I'm not always jumping out of bed, and peppermint essential oil is incredible for waking you up. So you can just put a drop on your hand. I'm just going to demonstrate here because I can always do with the peppermint bits. So 1 drop of peppermint is the same as 28 cups of peppermint tea. But you can see it's very safe to put on my hands. Now, some people might have sensitive skin, and especially on your face, you want to be more careful when applying these oils. And some oils are more sensitive than others, and I'll kind of let you know which ones those are. But on your hands, you can pretty much put most oils neat, apart from the really hot oils like oregano and clove. So I'm just going to cup my hands together, close my eyes, because it is very potent, and take some deep breaths like that. Now, as I do that, I can really feel the peppermint going into my lung, or into my nose first of all. Obviously, I can feel it going up my nose and down. I can feel it in my throat. I can almost taste it. I can feel it going into my lungs and helping with my breathing. So peppermint is a great one for respiratory pathways, to helping aid in that, but also to wake you up, stimulate you, help you to focus. It's very good for indigestion as well. And also it's good for relaxing muscles. So and it's cooling. So I often just rub it into the back of my neck and shoulders, because this is where we build up a lot of tension. And I'll feel that kind of starting to tingle in about 5 minutes. So that is just 1 drop, okay? So aromatic is a very safe way of getting the oils into your body, especially if you're wanting to, enhance your breathing, but also for mood lifting. Then aromatic is the safest way and best way of doing that. Another reason to use aromatic use of the oils is with a lovely blend called On Guard, which we will be covering, and that's your immune boosting blend, specifically put together with lots of the antimicrobial oils, including cinnamon and wild orange and clove, and these will help to kill airborne viruses and bacteria. So they're really good for the diffuser, to have that going, so you can have the essential oil diffusing around your home, and actually diffuses for like a 30-meter squared area, so you can really help to cleanse your home from all these horrible bugs, also at work as well. So that's aromatic. Topical, you saw, I mentioned putting it on my hand. The great thing is with these oils, you can put them where you need them. So if you have a headache, you put them more on your head area. If you've got pain anywhere, you put them where you've got the pain. Indigestion, digestive issues, quite a common thing these days. You can rub the essential oil into your tummy, or you can take it internally, which we'll come on to in a second. So you can really play around with these oils, but certainly anything skin related, verrucas, warts, acne, eczema, all of these things, then topical is going to be the best for you. Internal, very exciting and goes so well alongside nutrition, of course, putting things in your mouth to help your body heal. Please, this is only doTERRA's essential oils. A lot of essential oils will contain chemicals which will actually do you some harm. Whereas doTERRA's essential oils, as I said, are completely chemical free and therefore very safe to take internally. Now again, all you would need is 1 drop, pretty much is 1 to 2 drops is the rule when you're first starting. And then as you get into them, you can learn different combinations, and there are so many resources out there. But I, in the morning, like to use a drop of lemon in my water. I just put 1 drop in there, like so. 2 came out there. The citrus oils are quite fast. You have to kind of get the knack with them. All citrus oils are very uplifting and energizing. And in fact, there was a great research article done in Vanderbilt Hospital in America, where they researched the effects of citrus oils on the levels of stress and the ability to cope for the doctors in the emergency room. And the results were significantly high, showing that stress levels really decreased and their ability to cope increased. So that's good. And so as well as helping with stress, it also helps to uplift you. So it's a really kind of happy, invigorating oil. Okay, so that's quite strong in that amount of water. If I was going to be using it medicinally to help with a sore throat, then I would generally do it in that amount of water and kind of gargle with it, and perhaps add some melaleuca, which is tea tree. But I often have it as a pleasantry thing as well. So in the morning, I'll fill up a whole glass and just put 1 drop of lemon in. And that's going to help to cleanse your body. You know, lemon, you all will be very aware, is so good at supporting the liver and helping to cleanse the liver, which is very important in our general health. This lemon essential oil, because it's from the rind of the lemon, it's alkaline. So it's not going to affect our teeth. It's not going to be acidic like the lemons we buy from the shops. And also, they're not going to be depleted. So this is the immune system of the plant. So all the healing properties are in this oil, whereas by the time we get the lemon into us, it's pretty much depleted of a lot of nutrients, and it certainly doesn't have very much of the essential oil left in it. So that's why it's better to take lemon essential oil internally rather than a slice of lemon. It's also very simple. So you can take essential oils internally, 1 to 2 drops. Again, you can take internally in some water. And again, in the books, the resources will tell you which ones you can't. There are some essential oils that you shouldn't take internally. I'll tell you which one of the 10 core ones that you can't take internally, because this is where, you know, most people start. But again, it just depends on what you're trying to address. So stomach conditions, gut-related issues, candida, you know, these kinds of things, you're going to want to take them internally as well as putting them on topically. And you can take them in capsules as well, make your own capsules. It's very easy to do. If you really want to get them to the gut, the whole, you know, most of the essential oil into the gut, then capsules is the best way of doing it. So, essential oil safety. I have mentioned this, but just to kind of really focus on a few things. They are very safe, but keep out your eyes and your nose. Dilute with the carrier oil, not water. So doTERRA sell this coconut oil. It's had the fat taken out of it, so it's fractionated, and so it's liquid at room temperature. So if you were to get an essential oil in your eye, you would dilute it with an oil. You could use this, or you could use any oil at hand. But the coconut oil is the one that we recommend for using when you're applying the oils topically, certainly when you first start out, or if you're recommending it to someone else, I would certainly suggest they put some carrier oil on first and then put a drop of essential oil on top. Okay, you've also want to keep out of the sun. We've had lots of sunny days lately. It's been a real treat. You don't want to be putting the citrus oils on any exposed skin and then going out into the sunshine, okay? It will increase your sensitivity to the sun, so just be careful of that. So doTERRA are very much a wellness-focused company, teaching people that, you know, you need to rest, you need to eat right, you need to exercise. There's lots of things that we can do to help our body be in its optimal condition so it can literally fight and heal itself, you know, fight anything that comes its way. Our body's designed to do that. So what we come in as well is to remind people of that, but also to give some more informed self-care, to empower individuals to take more control of their own health, which is what I love most about what doTERRA teaches. You will all be very aware of supplements. I'm sure you've been so bombarded with supplements, I know you have. But I do just want to quickly, briefly mention doTERRA's supplement pack, because it is very, very unique. And we've shown this to a lot of nutritionists, and they are very surprised at what is in these supplements. They're very good quality. So they come in 3s. So you've got the CRS, you've got the Z Omega, and the Microplex. So the Microplex contains all your vitamins and minerals. You can go onto doTERRA and look at the products in details. I'm not going to go into all the minerals and vitamins there are, but they're all the essential minerals and vitamins in their recommended dosages. And what's great and quite unique about this supplement is that it's in its whole food form, so your body can very easily absorb it, which is often the problem, isn't it, with others. Now, this is what makes it particularly unique, though, is the Z Omega, because it doesn't just have your omega-3s and 6s in the right ratio, but it also has all of these essential oils, which is giving you so much daily support. Frankincense is one that corrects the DNA in your cell. So it's so important to be taking frankincense every day, because it helps to prevent anything that could be just kind of working away deep in our cells that we're not even aware of. Frankincense will help with. And clove being the highest antioxidant, Again, essential to have that in our diet every day. And the other essential oils are chosen to help with inflammation and immune support, and other things as well. But that's one of the reasons why they've been selected. Then we have the Alpha CRS, which contains all your herbs. This is the one that's helping to stimulate your mitochondrial production and helps with energy, amongst other things as well. So that Lifelong Vitality Pack is what it's called, is really an incredible supplement pack. And I invite you to go and have a look at it, because for the price that it is, it's incredible what it has in it. And there aren't many supplements that we've come across that even come close to it, and can be a lot more expensive as well. That supplement, you know, I've been using them myself for 5 years. It helped me with energy levels. I was borderline chronic fatigue, and it helped me get my energy back to normal within 3 months. It took about 3 months for that. And then I also had severe postnatal anxiety after my 3rd child. And after 2 weeks of taking it, I felt completely different. We've had so many cases with people with really severe conditions where the Lifelong Vitality has really helped to sort it out. You know, gut-related stress, anxiety, depression, fibromyalgia, you know, all these types of things, really severe pain. It's helped. And again, it's no wonder, because our body is often so depleted. It just needs the right tools to be able to, you know, heal itself. So we're going to spend the rest of the time today just briefly talking about the 10 core oils that are a really good place to start, because with these 10 oils, you'll see how some of them are used more on a daily basis, others are used more like medicine. So when you get sick, you're going to need them. But with them together, we're covering pretty much 90% of most people's ailments, whether it be emotional or physical. Now, the essentials are also very easy to get into. So the whole purpose of, you know, doTERRA becoming what it is now is because they want to reach out to everybody. So yes, to practitioners, yes, to professionals, yes, to doctors especially as well. You know, we're working very closely with doctors now and hospitals, trying to integrate this with modern medicine as well. But also to individuals, and not to make it overwhelming. So there are great tools now available that all relate to the doTERRA essential oils. You have apps on your phone that you can get, and you also have excellent resource books that can all be purchased from Essential Oil Supplies, which is a very good essential oils tool kind of shop, really. So it's really easy to use. You can just, the introduction kind of goes through all the science in those books, which is lovely, and it teaches you how to use them safely, and also lists all the ailments, which is, you know, absolute gold dust. So first of all, then, lavender. Of course, that's going to be in the core kit. This is basically a first aid essential oil. It helps with all things that need to be calmed, basically soothed and calmed, whether that be a stressful mum or when you're working and you're just highly stressed. It's really good just to help with that, simply by just putting a drop on your wrist. Amazing for sleep. Now, if you've tried lavender before and it hasn't really helped, please try doTERRA's lavender. This is 100% lavender. Most probably only have about 5% of actual essential oil in them. And again, they're not often sourced from where they should be sourced, so the potency is just a whole another world. So lavender is great for sleep. Also good for soothing any cuts, grazes, burns, stings, you know, anything that just needs to be calmed down. I've used this so many times on burns, and it's amazing how quickly it soothes your skin, and there's no mark, there's no blistering, there's absolutely nothing. Now, there's a lot of research on lavender. It's one of the really kind of well-known and most used ones. And actually, if you go on to Dr. Axe, you will see that he is showing that there's been a lot of tests lately in China, actually. Lots of researchers are showing that lavender essential oil helps your body to produce 3 of your body's most powerful antioxidants. So glutathione, catalase, and SOD. So, and this is within 22 hours of using lavender. which is quite remarkable because they are very important for our body, aren't they, to function. And then if you go on to PubMed, one of the studies I came across was about decreasing hypertension. So this study basically was carried out to see the effects on blood pressure. And I'll just read here so I get the exact numbers correct. But the study was carried out on 83 pre-hypertensive and hypertensive subjects. And the experimental group against placebo and control showed significant decreases in levels of salivary cortisol and in daytime blood pressure. Okay, so these essential oils, they're actually going in, they're reacting with our cells and causing hormones, certain hormones to be produced and other hormones to be decreased. And that is what is producing the results. So it's not at all just a nice thought or a nice smell. This is, like I said before, it's chemistry. It's working with interacting with our own cells and body and helping with certain pathways. So lavender is a wonderful one to have. Now, lemon, mentioned already, so I won't go into too much detail, very energizing, great for cleansing. It's also a really good one for cleaning with because it's antiseptic and antibacterial as well. So it helps to clean your kitchen surfaces. And rather than breathing in chemicals, you're just breathing in lovely essential oil. Now, I would just get a glass bottle about this big from Amazon and fill it mainly with water, and I just put 15 drops of lemon in. So they're very resourceful. These essential oils, they last a long, long time. Of course, because they're antiseptic and antibacterial, they are great also when you get colds as well. So lemon with a bit of manuka honey, tea type thing is very soothing and really good for helping to get rid of whatever infection you have. Peppermint we've also spoken about. Such an invigorating blend, really, really good. And we mentioned it's very good for indigestion as well. So just putting one drop, in your mouth or in some water is really effective to release, any digestive pains and help aid digestion. Also good for the summer months for helping to cool you down, or for the menopause as well. So anything that needs to be cooled down. And it's very anti-inflammatory, so it's just good for relaxing muscles and putting on pain or strains. And peppermint is actually one of those ones that's found in quite a few of doTERRA's blends because it's so good at anti-inflammatory, basically. Now, PubMed study of peppermint, so there's quite a few. There's one on exercise, so showing significantly how peppermint really helped performance in athletes. A lot of athletes are now using doTERRA's essential oils, but one in particular I just want to mention is showing its effects on IBS. So IBS is getting more and more, and it's a really horrible condition to have, and there's not a lot that the doctors can do for us, so it's down to diet and then essential oils. So 57 patients were treated with peppermint oil for 4 weeks. They took 2 capsules 2 times a day. Results of this were that 75% of the people who took the peppermint oil experienced a 50% reduction in IBS symptoms. Okay, that is huge. And we're going to come on to a blend, which is probably even more effective than peppermint for that as well. Okay, so this is very simplified science, but just to explain, how kind of essential oils work, and I've already touched on it really, and we went into a bit more detail on the other webinar, but essential oils, they're able to penetrate into every single cell in our body because of the molecular structure, mainly because they're so tiny and they're lipid soluble as well. They can pass through that cell membrane, which usually acts as a barrier, or does act for a barrier. It keeps out most things, whereas essential oils are able to enter. Now, of course, we know about bacteria and virus, that bacteria sit outside our cells. So the essential oils and antibiotics are able to kill bacteria. But antibiotics are not at all effective against viruses because they live within our cells. Whereas essential oils can do both. They can work outside the cell and inside the cell, which is why they're so effective at also killing viruses. Now, On Guard was that blend I mentioned earlier. So it has cloves, cinnamon, wild orange, rosemary, other essential oils as well that their main kind of properties, if you like, are to boost the immune system. They're antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, antiseptic. They really are very powerful antimicrobial oils. So they've been put together in this very effective blend. Now, you'd want to use this for any kind of protection then. So as a preventative, so as soon as I'm feeling run down, I will put one drop in my mouth and often gargle, because my weak spot is here on my throat. And if I catch something early enough, 9 times out of 10, that will be enough to prevent me actually even getting sick. On Guard is also a wonderful one to diffuse at night time, especially, but in the day as well. But at night times when your body's healing. So again, you can put that on. It's a very safe way of helping you to be able to combat the viral infection or bacterial infection. It's also, because it's got clove, it's an analgesic, and as well as being antibacterial, it's really good for teeth hygiene. So if you get an abscess or just a sore gum or a little bit of a sensitive tooth, then you want to rub this into that area, and it can help the body to heal if you catch it early enough again. Again, I use this for cleaning as well, but it really is the immune boosting, so to help prevent you getting sick, but also when you get sick, you need to be more vigilant then, and take it as you would an antibiotic, so kind of every 4 hours, 1 to 2 drops in a capsule or in some water. Now, Melaleuca, more commonly known as tea tree, it's a type of tea tree from New Zealand. This is also very well known, isn't it? Very antifungal, also antimicrobial. So again, it's going to assist with lemon and On Guard when you're actually run down or coming down with something. But Melaleuca is typically used for the skin, for the scalp, healthy hair, dandruff, eczema. So Melaleuca with lavender makes a very powerful eczema combination. So you make up a cream with coconut oil. There are so many ideas online or in the books as well. Or just put some coconut oil on and add a drop of each on top, depending on how sensitive you are. But it's very good for eczema. And also any cuts and anything like that. So it kind of works very well with lavender. And then there's oregano. Okay, so oregano is nature's strongest natural antibiotic. Just turning my page there because I've got an oregano study that I'm just going to share, but it's quite a general one. Oregano is very exciting. There is so much research done on oregano, and on PubMed, the study here showed that oregano was very effective at killing multi-drug resistant bacteria. So not just your normal bacteria, but often the bacteria that antibiotics can't even touch because they're now resistant. So oregano is the one that can actually do that. And it can do it in 10 minutes, including MRSA, which is crazy. And it says 17 strains were tested, and oregano was effective at killing all of these strains. So, we have such incredible tools in nature. And yes, taking the herb oregano would be helpful as well. But remember, these essential oils, because they're so potent and they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herbs and other oregano capsules out there, these will be so much more effective. Also, incredible for gut health. They're anti-parasitic as well, just cleansing the gut. So anything gut related, you also want to add oregano in. And if you're doing a gut cleanse, then oregano essential oil is going to really play a significant part in that as well. Great for warts, verrucas, skin tags even, so many uses, and it's anti-inflammatory as well, so it helps with pain. Okay, but talking about pain, Deep Blue is another blend that I haven't mentioned, but it contains peppermint, it contains an essential oil called wintergreen, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and other essential oils that help with inflammation specifically. So this blend comes in an oil, but also comes in a rub form, cream. It's an aloe vera based gel, because it really is so popular and so effective. So for anything pain related, whether it's deep kind of stomach cramps, so for the time of the month, for example, or digestive cramps, or growing pains on children. I have used this so many times on my children. In fact, when they're going through a spelt of it, I put this next to their bed and they can put it on themselves, which is lovely for them to do. But it's so effective. Within minutes, their pain is gone. So from kind of waking up crying, their pain goes. Carpal tunnel. We've had so many people with carpal tunnel that have used the deep blue oil to help take away that. And within a couple of weeks, quite a few of them have found complete relief. Others, it's taken a bit longer. But back pain, knee pain, arthritic pain, so arthritis, again, so many people are using this for their arthritis to help manage the symptoms, yes, but also the oils work on a deeper level. So they're not just managing symptoms. So there's so many things. And even just for, your shoulders and neck again, just to release the tension, it's a very effective oil. Now that was the oil. Just quickly go back actually. It has a different cap. I don't know if you can really tell on the screen, but this is one of the oils you do not want to take internally because it contains wintergreen. It's a powerful blood thinner, so we just want to be extra careful about that. Now Breathe is another blend with peppermint in, eucalyptus as well, and cardamom. It's now called Air actually, but it kind of does what it sounds like it's going to do. It's going to open your airways. It's going to help with respiratory support. Also good for things like anxiety though, because you get tight here, so it's opening everything up. Helps with snoring, helps with chest infections, coughs, anything related to that. Asthma. I've had so many people with asthma start to use the Breathe, first of all, the Air, alongside their inhalers, just like putting a couple of drops on their hands and breathing it in. And then over time, they've built up the confidence to come off their inhalers. And now they're just using the air instead of their inhalers, which is incredible because you're getting off the steroids and the horrible things that you want to try and stay away from. So, and then with a few cases, we've actually had people then be able to come off the air as well. So it's actually gone to the effect where it's been able to actually get rid of the asthma. So often gut, respiratory conditions are all related. So the Breathe, the Air would work very well alongside the oregano use. You can kind of mix and match and really personalize what's needed. But for seasonal as well, so hay fever, it's really going to help. Digestive support, now called Zengest. This contains fennel, ginger, caraway, peppermint, all of the oils that are going to help with the digestive system. So I mentioned there was another blend that would help better with IBS. This is the one. So really anything digestion related, constipation, diarrhea, it's going to bring it all into balance. It's going to help with food poisoning, IBS, any gut related issues, as I said, heartburn as well, acid reflux, all these types of things, even motion sickness, Zengest helps with. And the best way of taking this is usually internally. You can see at the bottom of the screen here, you've got and the recommended uses of how you can use them. And the N is for neat, D is for diluted, and S is for sensitive. So some of the oils we went through, like oregano, for example, is a very hot oil. So you would never use that one neat. That's sensitive. So you need to use it with a carrier oil. Frankincense then, the last essential we're going to mention. It is known as the king of oils, and there are many reasons for that. The anti-inflammatory properties of frankincense are just sky high. It is so effective at bringing down inflammation, so both internally and externally. It is one of the few things that can actually physically get into your brain. So it can go into your brain and into every single cell in your brain and bring down inflammation there. And so it also helps to support any brain-related conditions. So especially the more severe mental illnesses, like severe depression, severe anxiety, and beyond, ADHD as well, autism. Frankincense is very effective with helping also Alzheimer's, dementia, helping as a preventative, but also helping to ease and slow down the process of that. Frankincense is great externally as well, so it helps to heal cuts and scars that have been there for a long time as well as just, you know, adding to beautiful skin, really. It was used by Cleopatra, and there's many reasons, many properties for that. It's, yes, not a fluffy thing, it's actually a real thing. It does actually really help. It's an astringent, and also helps getting blood flow to the area as well, and it helps reduce pore sizes too. So it's great for that too. Also really good for what I said, inflammation, but it helps to release stress and tension, and good for headaches as well. So we mentioned peppermint and lavender are good for headaches, and the deep blue oil actually is good for headaches. But sometimes you need some frankincense as well. Frankincense is what we call an enhancer. So enhances the effects of all the other oils up to 10 times. That is huge. And what frankincense also does, I mentioned before, it goes into the actual cell, like all of the essential oils do, but what frankincense does is it works, interacts with the DNA and corrects whatever's going on. So it's continually repairing what's going on. But what it does is it also triggers apoptosis, so cell suicide, in cells that are not responding correctly. So cells that are duplicating uncontrollably, frankincense will cause apoptosis. Okay, so we've come to the end of our presentation. I hope you've enjoyed it and learnt a lot. You know, you've learnt about the 10 core oils, and you can see why we suggest this is a really good place to start. Now, doTERRA does a wholesale membership, which is really great because it means you get 25% off all of the products for a year. So the membership costs £24, and then you can renew this at the end of the year for £18, but you will get a free peppermint as well, which is worth the same amount. So it kind of takes that renewal fee away from you. But how it works is you'll have your own account online that you can order as and when you want to. There are no obligations to order. You just order as and when you want to, and it will be at 25% off once you've purchased that membership. And all of the oils and products will get sent directly to your house, okay? Now, when you first start, you can just get the membership and you can pick the oils that you want. But often once you've done the membership and picked 4 oils, depending what they are, it usually comes to about the price of this starter kit. So that's why doTERRA decided to put together this, this starter kit, because then you get a taster of each of the 10 core oils at a much lower price. And you also get the membership thrown in for free. So it's kind of like a gift from doTERRA to help you get started. So this is the first kit. This is the Family Essentials kit. It has each of the oils we've spoken about today in 5 ml bottles. So there's about 80 drops of essential oil in a 5 ml bottle. Okay, so this is for £126.80. And as I said, it includes your membership. And you also get some peppermint and On Guard beadlets that come with it. And these beadlets are quite handy actually, because they contain half a drop of this essential oil, and you can carry them around in your purse and just pop them in your mouth when you feel you need it, or put them on your hand as a hand sanitizer and pop it in your hand. Now, the other really popular, in fact, probably the most popular starter kit is the Home Essentials kit, because it's better value for money. So you get 3 times the amount of oil for twice the price. Because as you can note here, these are 15 ml bottles, so full-size bottles, which are the bottles I've got here. They've got 240 drops in. And so you're getting the full size rather than just the 5 ml size for just twice the price. And you get a free diffuser, which, yeah, I love. Basically, you do want to diffuse at some point. You know, you're going to use your diffuser a lot. So it's lovely to get that free with this kit. And of course, it includes your first year's enrollment fee as well. So that's all included. So those are the ways you can start with doTERRA. But like I said, you can also pick and choose your oils. It just usually works out quite a bit more expensive. So you just have a look at that. With your membership, you also get a free consultation. So it's either with myself or one of my colleagues. We will give you a free consultation where we'll have a little chat just about what you want these oils to do for you. So I can just help guide you to get started and make sure you're going to get the most use and the most effect for what you want them for. So it's a very personal thing rather than this class being more general. And I'll show you just briefly how to use your account to make sure you can get all the benefits from that you can. So that has brought us to, stop sharing the brilliant, the end of our presentation. We'll be sending an email, so if you'd like to enroll with a membership, then you just need to fill out the form that we'll attach to the email and send it back to us, and we will open your account for you. Anyway, I hope I've excited you all about using essential oils, both on yourself, your family, your friends, and your clients as well. Have a good rest of the day.